Well, hello there, fellow geeks and geekettes, and welcome to the latest episode of my Top 10 Comics That Define Me video series, which, once again, has been inspired by the uncanny Omar from the channel The Near Mint Condition. I will provide a link to his channel in the description down below, so do not forget to check him out and to subscribe to him. So once again, thanks Omar, that's been a very good idea. Now, this series is about comic books, mostly single issues that in this or another way have affected my life, or that have stayed with me forever, or that have been engraved in my heart for this or that reason. In my case, most of them, they are connected with my childhood, but not all of them. Some of them are quite recent comic books from quite recent runs, and sometimes they have stayed with me just for one single panel and one single line that might say something that I identify with very strongly, and I'm trying to live by each and every day. And that is the case of Wolverine issue 1 by Jason Aaron. Now, this is an interesting comic book because it's really not a beginning of Jason Aaron's run. This is, I would say, like a middle of the run, when that Jason Aaron wrote about Wolverine, and it has come out, I believe, in an omnibus called Wolverine Goes to Hell, for obvious reasons. Because Wolverine goes to hell in this comic book. Now, I do not want to spoil much, nor do I want to overburden you with long descriptions of the plot. For this video, you just need to know that Wolverine, just before this, had finally settled down. This is one of the rare occasions where Logan settles down for a very short time. He has a woman, he has a son, that will have his own, or did, but at this time it was, about this period, his own series, his own run. His name was Dakin, yeah, but basically Logan tried to live a quiet life in the country, speaking with his friend Wraith, who had become a pastor. So they shared many a beer on the porch of the church and talked, just chatted. And the passage, not the chapter, the page and the panel that defines me here for this episode is right at the beginning of issue 1. And that's where Logan talks with Wraith about life. And the fact that whatever Logan is trying to do, his life will... by the way, if you hear something, it's the rain falling down on my window. So it's this is a perfect time for making a YouTube video. Hearing the rain outside, talking about Wolverine. What else can you do? So going back to my original point. They are talking about the fact that whatever Logan is trying to do, his life will always catch up with him, and that he will be haunted by the beast that lives within him, and by all the people that he, during his life, very long life, was forced to kill. Now, I'll show you just first the panels here. They're speaking. And then I will read it out, the passage. So it starts with Logan asking, when does it get any easier? That's all I want to know. And Wraith says, it don't. It never gets easier. It'll only get harder the longer you go. Devil don't want men like you and me to change. He liked us just the way we were. The harder you try to change, to walk right, the more he'll test you, the more trials he'll put in your path. And now, this is the panel. These are the lines that really stayed with me. Your road ain't never gonna be a safe one, Logan. You ain't never gonna win out over tragedy and sin, no matter how long you live. but the trying. That's what matters most. That's what makes men into something greater than themselves. Hero, samurai, whatever you want to call it. So that's it. That is what I firmly believe in. And that is what, for example, is very strongly engraved in the Germanic mythology and old Germanic way of life. The fact that you have to fight every day. And even if you face danger, even if you face defeat, even if you know that you will very likely lose or that life will not be easy at all, it is important that you get up every day, fight and try and do your best, whatever the cost, whatever happens, really. So, and that's really what the Norse gods, actually, according to the myth, are doing each and every day. And the fallen warriors in Valhalla, they are fighting and preparing and training every day for the upcoming Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods, during which most of the gods and most of the men will die, and only 2 men and a couple of gods, or like 2 people, a man and a woman, and a couple of gods will survive, and they will repopulate Midgard and Asgard, the universe, basically. So this is about that, about the fighting, about the survival, about not giving up. Even if you know that you're not going to win, even if you know that life is very tough and will be tougher and tougher, it's about what Wolverine is doing and has been doing since the beginning, really, since he first appeared in comic books. He was the best at what he was doing, right? So Jason Aaron's run of Wolverine might not be my very top. Nevertheless, it was very good, extremely good, and also it was at the time when Jason Aaron was I would say at his peak. Like, Jason Aaron can be an extremely good writer. I loved his Scalped. I very much enjoyed his run. The first 2 or 3 arcs on his run on Thor, and definitely I enjoyed his run on Wolverine, and I am definitely going to upgrade my floppies and trades to the omnibuses, the omnis of Jason Aaron's Wolverine. I think the first one is out of print. Never mind, I'll get it somehow. So yeah, and that's there's one more panel that I wanted to share, and it is this one. I just love Mystique, and I had to show you Mystique at the end of the video because I just bloody love Mystique for obvious reasons. I don't know, maybe I like blue women. So, this is Wolverine, one of the comics that define me. Once again, thank you Omar from the channel Name and Condition. Shout out to you. I'll provide a link down below to your channel. And what about you, fellow viewers, fellow comic book readers and fans? What are the comics that define you? Or maybe just part of comics that define you, certain panels, certain pages, and why have they stayed with you in your heart, in your brain, in your soul, in your mind forever? Share your own comic books that define you. And please feel free to dislike this video and like this video or share this video or subscribe to this unimportant channel of an unimportant geek talking about unimportant things. Well, that would be all from me, my friends. I will see you in another video. Thank you for watching, and bye.